All right, guys, how's it going out there? Rooster here in Tennessee, roostercb.com, and we've got our special Carl built 1.6 kWc in the shorter 4-fan case, 16 pill 2879C, straight 16. Got a straight 400 HD standard 2879s, and we're running both of these amps together off of about 15 volts. Now, our power supply is plenty to run these. The reason we're staying at 15 volts, number one, that's how our bench supply is set up. But you don't want to exceed 15 volts on the standard 2879. So that's why I had the bench supply just set up at 15. That's kind of the bare number, the bottom number that you want to run the 2879Cs at, because as you guys may or may not know, as you start picking up voltage on these Cs, they will really start taking off and doing some pretty crazy numbers. So, we're at 15 volts now, but if you crank this thing up and end up running 15 and a half, 16 volts on it, you're going to see a considerable increase. So take that for what you will with this video. Yes, the 2879Cs are capable of much more. Have seen people get anywhere from 12 to 1500 PEP out of a 4-pill. Now, that's pushing it pretty good when you start getting up there, over 1200 PEP out of a 4-pill. But the right voltage, I've seen people get crazy numbers. Now, what we're getting it started with is our RFX 29. We're just running it off of an Astron power supply. It's going to be doing probably about 30, 35 average and 100 PEP, maybe 90 PEP going into our 4-pill. So we've already got everything turned on here. At the end, I'll try to kind of show what the 4-pill is doing by itself. We've got our clamp meter over here. We'll probably try to take a glance at it towards the end of the video if I can get the glare off of it there. But this is a brand new amp. This one is for sale. It is available. Carl did a video on it at his place, but I know how it goes. People like to see it running here before they pick it up and buy it. So both of these amps are available. I've got a couple brand new 4-pills in stock and have this 16C available. All right. So with that being said, let's get on with our bad selves and see how this guy does. We've got our Bird 43P back here. We've got a 5,000 watt slug in there. We'll be looking at the middle scale. So first things first, let's just try to set our dead key. And I believe Carl said on this one, he wouldn't go over like 800 watts dead key because it is in a little bit smaller cabinet, which is still plenty for a 16 pill. So we're looking at the middle scale when we're setting this. That's about 700 or so right there. And let's see how we do average power. Ooh, audio. It's showing about 1800 average. Again, we're only at 15 volts. We might be under driving it just a little bit, but I can already tell you this is a pretty hot amp, just judging from what it's doing right there at 15 volts. Now this is PEP, or peak power. Radio, audio, 1, 2, 3, audio, 1, 2, audio. Over 5 kW PEP. And this is generally a meter out here that reads a little bit tighter than my other meter that was purchased brand new. So a little bit different meter, reads a little tight. But 1800 average, 5 kW PEP, I can guarantee you that if we ran this thing up to 16 volts with the same drive, we'll see this thing hit probably about 2200 to 2400 average. Absolutely getting with the program here. Okay, so if we can go over here to our clamp meter, we'll try to give you guys a reading off of it. The reason I'm doing those different voice tones is because the average power will respond differently sometimes, and you'll see a little bit more or less current draw. So I think the highest we saw there was about 280, 290, something like that. I think if you were running this thing to full output, you might want to have a 400 amp power supply for sure. I would just have that to have the overhead with it. Now, we're running the 4-pill and the 16 off the same power supply. So if you have its own dedicated power supply, you can probably get by with 300 amps as long as you're just staying on AM. But if you're going to run both amps off of one supply, I highly recommend, a 400 amp power supply. And again, you can run the C's at 15 volts. They're not going to do the most power like you guys see in this video. Do not exceed 15 volts on the standards. A couple years ago, everybody was saying 14.5, 14.5. Now they've improved them a little bit better, and they're up to where they can handle about 15 volts safely there. So let's, the 16 is not warm at all. We didn't stay on it long enough, so no danger in just cutting it off and seeing what our 4-pill is doing. We've only got our 5,000 watt slug out here, so we'll just have to go with the flow. This is PEP, still looking at the middle scale. Hello, audio 1, 2, 3, audio 1, 2, 3, audio 1, 2, 3, audio. Showing about 850 to 900. And then average, hello, audio. Probably not quite 400 average, probably about 350 or so. So this thing's got some more to go. I mean, it could take a little more drive. Could definitely take some more voltage. But there it is, guys. Let me know what you guys think about it. Again, Carl sent this one to me. He did a video on it at his place, but I figured I'd show you guys what's done here. Something to think about, another radio that would really work well with this combo is like a Striker 955, Striker 655, something like that. You could run straight into this 4-pill, into the 16, and you'd have a pretty nasty combination there. All right, guys, appreciate it. Rooster in Tennessee, roostercb.com. Let me know what you guys think. See you, bye.